Hello everyone, I'm Pep welcome you back for more Let's Play Banjo-Kazooie Blind. The last episode I went through some of the pictures, and this episode I'm going to talk about a very special thing that went away through Banjo-Kazooie history. This is called the Stop and Swap. It is one of the hottest features in the Nintendo 64 version of Banjo-Kazooie, and it was portrayed at the ending of the very game. What Stop and Swap consisted of is the concept of hot swapping, which means that you would actually take out your cartridge with the game was still on and put in again another cartridge without turning the power off in the N64, allowing yourself to exchange data in between games. This was an idea that Rareware wanted to implement in Banjo-Kazooie and its sequel, Banjo-Tooie. But just what was it that made Banjo-Kazooie so special about this feature? Well, pretty much what this feature wanted in Banjo-Kazooie was for you to collect the ice key and 6 different eggs throughout the whole world of Banjo-Kazooie by entering some codes. These are the 6 eggs and the ice key that you should have collected by the end of the game if you 100%ed it. And I'm just gonna be showing you the codes and the locations of these eggs. And I'm gonna be talking through the video about what Stop and Swap could have been. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Okay, first of all, we have to input the word cheat by coming into this, and then we go, don't go and tell her about the secret in the cellar. In her cellar. I'm gonna be putting the cheat name at the beginning. So these are the only ways that you can actually get the eggs in the N64 version, just entering these codes. If you're playing the Xbox Live Arcade version of the game, you can just have a Banjo-Tooie version of the Banjo-Tooie in save file in your Xbox, and with that, the places that you're going to unlock with these cheat codes are going to be open from the very beginning. Of course, you can also enter the cheat codes in the Xbox Live version. So now, there's the first one. This one appears right back in Mad Monster Mansion in the cellar where all the wine things were. And that's it, that's the first one. So as you can see, I'm not going into a particular order, but now after putting the word cheat again, we're gonna go out of the sea it rises to reveal more secret prizes. That's a cheat code input, and that is gonna make Shark Food Isle to rise up right here in Treasure Trove Cove. Now I gotta say, what these things were supposed to do were to unlock special contents and special features in Banjo-Tooie that you could not get otherwise. But the idea had to be scrapped because Nintendo couldn't have more than did some revisions to the hardware, to the N64, and then only 4 seconds of time for you to oh, I think it's only 1, I don't remember really, of time for you to actually change up the cartridges could have been used, and instead of the 10 whopping seconds that you got at the beginning with the original versions of the N64. So that's a little something that made Rare scrap the idea of hot swapping into his games. So as you can see, I failed a little bit here. I'm sorry for that, but I just think it's a very interesting idea. It's really weird how they picked it up in the end, because Rareware picked it up in Banjo-Tooie by getting some cartridges, some Banjo-Kazooie game packs run around the world, and you could get some of the items that you see here by bashing those cartridges. And I think that's a very interesting thing. Also, they picked up the idea again of a Stop and Swap 2, going into Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, which is really interesting and really leaves up to the question, is there really going to be a Banjo 3? Or, well, a real Banjo 3 or another sequel to these games. I really like the way Rareware is, well, Rare Ltd now was taking these questions. So now we see a little text. Ooh, an egg. I'm sure we'll find a use for it somewhere. So as you can see, this was really supposed to be used in Banjo-Tooie. Now going for the next cheat. This one is going to be cheat. A desert door opens wide, ancient secrets wait inside. So this pretty much goes into Gobi's Valley, and I just don't really have much to say. I'm just impressed with the quantity of skepticism and just how much this is a hot topic in the internet. I actually didn't know about Stop and Swap until I got interested in Banjo-Kazooie. That was like a little bit more than a year ago, and actually the first video I saw was about the Stop and Swap on Banjo-Kazooie. So I am just going to say this is one of the best things I've ever seen, one of the best ideas I've ever seen. It's such a shame though that Rareware had to drop it down for the sake of not damaging your cartridges, your save data, and any of the things that you have in the N64. For the sake of hot swapping, and they had to drop it down. It's a real shame. But on the Xbox Live version though of these games, you can access all of these places by just having a Banjo-Tooie save file and a Banjo-Kazooie save file on your Xbox, and then by doing that and getting the items here in Banjo-Kazooie, you can get the items back in the Xbox version of the game of Banjo-Tooie and in Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. So this next cheat is going to be cheat amidst the haunted gloom, a secret in the bathroom. You know, in the bathroom. Just that little ending over here. So yeah, just these little things. I actually got surprised that none of the that Mumbo's mountain was not used, nor Clanker's cavern was used to store any of these eggs, and that they actually had to use this other area to store one of the eggs. It was really weird for me to actually see that, but still got it. So now the next cheat is going to be cheat, the secret you'll be grabbing in the captain's cabin. As you can see, a lot of these cheats are just rhymes. Pretty much every single one of them is rhymes, but just as grunty. But just a little warning, guys, if you know of any other cheats that you can use in this game, I actually ran across another video the other day and just got to see that whenever you go through 3 cheats in the same save file and the same playthrough, like cheats to open up worlds or to open up and get different things, you're gonna get your save file deleted. So please avoid that. Try to, well, not please, just try to avoid that so that your game file is not affected or anything. Just a little something right over here. But now the next cheat is going to be, now you can see a nice ice key which you can have for free. Really long code. As you can see, I sped up a lot in this video, so it may be coming off as a short one, but you know, I just wanted to let you know about just that I investigated a little bit about this topic. I really am interested in what this topic was, the stop and swap, what the features were, and what became of them in Banjo-Tooie. So just getting done with the code right here, and this last one is going to be located in Boss's cave back in Freeze's Peak. As you can see, the one walrus that was afraid of Banjo, right over here, right past the Jinjo, as you could see in the cutscene. And this is just the room that was also in the thing, in the ending from the game. So cool, an enormous ice key. We ought to keep this for later. So yeah, those are pretty much almost everyone. Now the last cheat that I'm gonna be entering is now Banjo will be able to see it on Napnut's table. So this is the last cheat. This is for the last egg. So as you can see, it's 6 eggs and just 1 ice key, and they were supposed to be all in Banjo-Tooie as features. I think you were supposed to have the ice key so that every single one of the features would be accessed, but later on they turned it into different things. So the only things that made it into Banjo-Tooie were the yellow egg, the blue egg, and I think the red egg, and the ice key, of course. So I think those are the only things that made it. So lastly, you see over here that Napnut's sleeping here with his couple, and now you get the last one of those. So my final verdict on this stop and swap. As you can see, if you go to the last of your screens here and see the totals, you get to the stop and swap screen. And now my verdict on this is that it was a really cool idea. It was really well implemented. It was really well thought out from part of on Rareware, but revisions to the N64 just made it impossible for people to actually hot swap data from Banjo-Tooie and Banjo-Kazooie and back and forth. So it was really hard for people to do this. It finally got implemented anyways, but in a different form, and maybe with different things that you got out of these eggs. So also the part that got me a little bit confused is that they implemented the same stop and swap thing for Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts. I'm not really sure of how they implemented that because I've never played the game. I've never gotten into that. I don't have the 360 version of Banjo-Kazooie nor Banjo-Tooie, but I know that you can actually get what you get from stop and swap another way. So I think it's kind of a waste, anyways. So just a little bit of that. So I did have to make a lot of research on that, and I'm just gonna say Stop and Swap 2, I'm waiting to see what that brings up. I'm gonna try to find Banjo-Tooie for the N64, not the 360 version of the game. For the N64, I'm gonna try to find a copy, and I'm gonna be, whenever I find it, I'm gonna be doing a blind Let's Play of it. But up to that point, and afterwards, maybe trying to do nuts and bolts. That is going to be everything for this video and for this Let's Play, guys. Thank you so very much for watching, and as a goodbye, I'll leave you with a game over screen after you beat Gruntilda. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the announcement video for the next 2 LPs. Later!